Hi Stampers, I'm Sandy Hancock. Welcome back to Utterly Awesome Stamping. What I'm going to show you today is how to take a sponge and create a beautiful soft background. So this camera is going to wiggle just a little bit as I get it back into place, and then we will begin. Okay, here we go. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do, create a sponge background. It's, like I said, it's easy to do. And there are 3 sponges to a package in the catalog, Stampin' Up! Catalog. So what I'm going to do is cut a sponge in half, and then I'm going to cut each half into thirds. Okay, so then I took the tab punch. Now this punch has been retired, but I'll show you an alternative if you don't still have this punch. So what I did was I just punched out blue, since that's what I'm going to be stamping. Then I put it over the end like this, and I take a stapler and just staple it. So now I know I'm going to sponge this in blue every time. So you'll see I have one for red, I have one for green, I have one for yellow, on and on and on. I'm just going to keep it in the yellow family. I don't have to have one for Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry, but just in the yellow family. Now, if you don't happen to have that punch still, you can just take a piece of cardstock that's 2 inches by 1 inch and fold it in half, put it over the end of your sponge, and use your stapler, and you'll get exactly the same thing. All right, so now what you need is a template. And again, I'm using a punch that's been retired. This is the 1 3/4 inch scallop punch, but I'll show you why I'm using it. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. The scallops in this are a little bit deeper. Okay, our current scallops for our dies look like this. And you notice I'm doing this on grid paper because I don't want any height. I don't want the height of the cardstock, the depth of it. When I sponge, I just want a real flat surface. So if you don't have a deep scallop, then we'll try both of these. I just am not quite sure how this is going to look, but it might be cute too. Okay, so here we go. First of all, I'm just going to show you how to do it, and then we'll do something fun. Okay, so I've got my template, and these are, you know, after they get pretty inky, you can just throw them out and punch some more. It's so easy to do. So you're going to put down your template and pull. You pull in toward you and over. Then you move. Okay, I'm going to make these really dark just so you can see what I'm doing, but I wouldn't normally do it this dark. Okay, but I want you to be able to see. Okay, well that's not my most beautiful. Let's try it again. Okay. This, I'm using Seaside Spray, and it's a little bit, it's very well inked. So I need to be careful and not press too hard. But before you know it, you've got an entire cloud of sky. I don't know why this one was so pretty and that one is not quite as pretty. So let's see what happens now when we have a character. So what I did is I stamped over the moon one of the cows, and this is not going to be a card. I'm just going to show you what to do. If you truly need to, sometimes you'll mask the character before you sponge, which just means you would stamp the cow on a piece of grid paper, cut it out, and then put it over the cow. You don't want any ink to go on there. But I think I can just sponge around it and I'll be fine. So let's see what happens to this look if I add a little bit of cloud. And remember, I'm going to be soft. Let me get a place it. Okay, so I'm just going to start. You have to move the template around so that you've got some white space. So you just keep sponging and you keep moving. Okay, so can you see now you've got a nice filler, soft background, and it was very, very easy to do. So I'm going to show you a few pictures. Now these are really light. I'm not sure you'll be able to see them. These are some of the calendars from this year, and maybe there's even one in here from next year. So these all have cloud backgrounds on them, and they possibly could have been a little bit darker. But anyway, it just takes a very plain piece of cardstock and adds a little bit of interest to it. See what I'm talking about? It just makes it so much fun. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'll show you this card I just designed using the Tropical Oasis. And see how my trees are in there? They don't have any clouds around them. So I'm just going to add some clouds, and it's cute the way it is. It truly is. However, because I love clouds, I want to add a few little clouds around here. So I'm going to very lightly just sponge some clouds around it. Okay, don't need a lot, but you see what I'm saying? It just adds interest. So use this technique in a lot of different scenarios to get your nice filler, your soft background. And thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to my blog. Just push the button below. Push subscribe, and then my blog is sandystamper.com. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.